Hi, this is Maya McDowell, and the author I chose for the author study is Mary Pope Osborne. Mary Pope Osborne has paved the path for imagination to flourish for children all over the world. A remarkable author of children and young adult books, Osborne has contributed to children's literature through picture books, realistic fiction, American tall tales, poetry, historical fiction, young adult novels, biographies, mysteries, and even nonfiction. This vast contribution of over 100 books to children's literature has offered opportunities for children to explore other cultures, learn more about historical figures, history, geography, mythical legends, and even learn about science concepts. Family life growing up. Mary Osborne was born on May 20th, 1949 in Fort Sill, Oklahoma. Life growing up for the Osborne family was not the traditional family setting with a stationary home. Osborne's father was a colonel in the United States Army, which meant Osborne's family was constantly moving. In Osborne's immediate family, there was William Pope the father, a colonel in the United States Army, Barnett Pope the mother, a stay-at-home mom, older sister, a twin brother, and a younger brother. By the time Osborne was a teenager, she had lived in Salzburg, Austria, Florida, Virginia, Oklahoma, and North Carolina. As the family transitioned to their permanent home in North Carolina, Osborne had the opportunity to perform at a local community theater while she was in high school. Osborne's passion for theater led her to pursue drama at the University of North Carolina for a short time until she found her true interest, learning about the beliefs and cultures from people around the world. Osborne graduated from the University of North Carolina in 1971 with a degree in religion. After college, Osborne's desire to travel led her to explore Europe. She traveled to Turkey, Lebanon, Syria, Iraq, Iran, Afghanistan, Pakistan, India, and Nepal. As she traveled back to the United States, she worked several jobs, but she still had a love for theater. And it was while she was at a theater show, that she saw Jesse James, who happened to be William Osborne, and this is where she actually found her husband. He was performing as the main character, Jesse James, in a theater show. Mary Pope was married to William Osborne in 1975, and they went on a theater tour together, leading them back to New York City. Once Osborne got back to New York City, she really wasn't sure what she wanted to do, but she started writing. And this is when she found her true passion, and when in 1982 she published her first book, Run, Run as Fast as I Can, which is a semi-autobiographical story about an 11-year-old girl who lives in the South. Now I have this quote up here because I wanted to share this with you, because this really depicts Mary Pope Osborne's philosophy. So I'm going to read this to you. Mary Pope Osborne shares, learning to read and loving to read can be a passport to freedom. With books, children can travel over boundaries and borders. They can gain knowledge to help them overcome the hardships they face. They can discover the best in themselves and then use their talents to help others. Mary Pope Osborne continued writing books, and in 1992, she wrote the first book written in the series, the Magic Treehouse series, called Dinosaurs Before Dark. And little did she know at the time that this series would become her greatest and most well-known achievement in fictional writing, because these books were supposed to only be 4 books. Okay, the Magic Treehouse series is about the adventures of a brother and sister, Jack and Annie, who travel through time to other places through the books in a magic treehouse. Jack and Annie's adventures explore other cultures, historical events, significant people in history, knights, castles, dinosaurs, mummies, pirates, lions, earthquakes, tornadoes, and these are only to mention a few of the 57 books available. What's so neat about the Magic Treehouse series is that Osborne had the insight to see that her first 28 books are for kids for the ages 6 to 8. Then she realized that the children that are reading her books are also aging, so she wanted to offer them a little bit more challenging books. So she created a second part of the series called the Merlin Missions. These Merlin Mission books offer longer chapters, smaller print, and a higher reading level. In addition, Mary Pope Osborne and her husband Will Osborne decided that they would like to create nonfiction books to go with the fiction. So they called them companions to fiction books, and they called them the fast trackers. And with this, so the Dinosaurs Before Dark has a book, just a nonfiction book about dinosaurs. It's a companion. It's a higher reading level, so these nonfiction fast tracker books are elevated for kids for ages 7 to 10. So now I'm going to share with you 5 of the books I chose. The first one is Dinosaurs Before Dark. So author Mary Pope Osborne captivates young readers as she introduces the adventurous world of Jack and Annie and their time-traveling journey to prehistoric times made possible through the Magic Treehouse books in the Magic Treehouse series. Osborne's authentic character traits of an 8-year-old boy Jack and his 7-year-old sister Annie offer a relatable connection to young readers. Jack has a passion for books, is cautious and mindful of others, and Annie is daring, an animal lover, and worry-free. Osborne's descriptive language and realistic dialogue offer the opportunity for children's imagination to flourish. The detailed illustrations in black and white throughout the book add an amazing visual to readers as they experience the fear when encountering a Tyrannosaurus Rex. Young readers will reach for the next chapter book in the series as Osborne cleverly creates an unsolved mystery in the end. The second book, The Night at Dawn. The second book of the Magic Treehouse series, Mary Pope Osborne entices readers with a new adventure for Jack and Annie as their curiosity and unresolved mystery of the owner of the treehouse lands them in the medieval times in England. Osborne introduces young readers to this historical medieval period of knights with descriptive language and new vocabulary traditional of this time period. Osborne also further develops Jack and Annie's character traits as Jack methodically documents his findings and Anne fearlessly confronts knights with a flashlight. Osborne's realistic narrative invites readers to continue reading on to find the next clue. The detailed illustrations by Sal Murdoka captivate this historical time period as readers can vividly experience the dungeon, the moat, and the knight's armor as Jack and Annie traverse their way back home. This mysterious adventure allows readers to experience bravery, knights in armor, and sibling friendship. My third book is called Pirates Past Noon, and this is actually the 4th book in the Magic Treehouse series. Okay, Osborne captivates readers to travel along with Jack and Annie to the 17th century as they experience pirates, buried treasure, and learn about Morgan Le Fay, the mysterious owner of the treehouse. Osborne's genius for understanding the interests of children invites readers into another adventure with wonder and hope that Jack and Annie will find the answers they have been looking for. Osborne's vivid descriptive language provides relatable thoughts and feelings as Jack and Annie strive to discover the meaning of the initial M, escape from Captain Bones, and find their way home safely. The illustrator paints a dramatic picture of the life of a pirate that brings forth realistic experience through this fictional story. Young readers will experience a pirate's gruff and tough presence, the value of an animal friend, and the importance of teamwork. The Pirate's Research Guide. Osborne's clever creation of this non-fiction companion to the fictional story, Pirates Past Noon, offers readers an opportunity to learn historical and accurate facts about pirates. The authors introduce this book through the lens of Jack and Annie, and readers are encouraged to pursue the research of their own. This third-person narrative presents factual information from the very first pirates from 3,000 years ago, their lifestyle, the different kinds of pirate ships, and the importance of treasure to pirates. The presentation of new vocabulary listed in the sideline of the book creates a friendly way to learn new terms. Illustrator Murdoka captures this historical period with detailed drawings that allows readers to experience the life of a pirate. Young readers will be fascinated as they learn about the sloop, schooner, and bark ships and experience the ruthless acts of pirates when capturing an innocent ship. My last book, Abe Lincoln at Last, A Merlin Mission. Osborne's insight in captivating young readers' interest in her series continues on in Abe Lincoln at Last, as complex sentences, detailed descriptive language, further character development, and longer chapters are offered in this advanced series. Coined as the Merlin Missions, Osborne offers readers missions with poetic puzzles that must be solved by Jack and Annie in steps, thus creating problematic events that keep the reader in wonder. This valued opportunity for older children to continue reading your series is presented as Osborne elevates the complexity of the story and the vocabulary as well. Osborne's clever use of time travel twice to 2 different time periods in this book leaves readers mesmerized and in awe until the very last chapter. Young readers will find this advanced series to be fascinating and engaging as they travel along with Jack and Annie to unravel Merlin's missions. Some interesting facts that I found about Mary Pope Osborne. In 1993, she was elected the 27th president of the Authors Guild, oldest and most established organization for writers in the United States. Osborne recorded a Magic Treehouse series for Listening for Libraries, which is an audio version of the books. However, she had to interview for the job, even though she's the author of the book. To be the narrator for the Listening for Libraries, she actually had to apply for the job, and she got the job, so that was good. A full-scale musical adaptation of the Magical Treehouse book was created by Will Osborne. The Magic Treehouse, the musical, premiered in September 2007. Mary Pope Osborne is a literacy advocate. In fact, she continues to inspire youth as she travels to schools worldwide through her Classroom Adventure program. Osborne meets with the students, and shares her thoughts about Jack and Annie, and even asks the students where Jack and Annie's next adventure should be. The Mary Pope Osborne Classroom Adventure program offers valuable resources for teachers, such as lesson plans, reading levels of books, and interactive activities that can accompany the stories in the series. Also on the site, she offers Mary Pope Osborne's gift of books, and this is where a school can apply, a teacher can apply, and she will donate the Magic Treehouse series to the teacher, and this is a great way to be able to get books into the classroom. Also, the Kids Adventure Club is an online club where kids can play games, ask questions, and learn more about the adventures of Jack and Annie. So the awards that Mary Pope Osborne has been given are many. These are just a few. The American Tall Tales, it received several awards. Moon Horse, which is a book with poetry, it's a wonderful book, received several awards as well. One World, Many Religions, The Way We Worshipped, is one of her best known and most prominent books in the nonfiction world. For the Magic Treehouse series, Dinosaurs Before Dark won Diamond State Delaware Reading Award, and Dolphins at Daybreak and Midnight on the Moon won the Children's Choice Award. So thank you for coming along on this interactive venture of learning more about Mary Pope Osborne.